Good Tuesday evening, folks. We are now within 24 hours of a major winter storm impacting the majority of Hampton Roads. So we have declared tomorrow and Thursday as weather impact alerts for significant snowfall and major impacts to travel all across Hampton Roads. Here's our storm system already beginning to take shape. It's actually two separate pieces of energy. The northern stream, the colder side, you can see the snow breaking on out in Missouri and northern portions of Arkansas, and the southern stream, which is emerging out of the Gulf, pulling in some moisture. These two will merge and blend right off the coast, and that's going to facilitate the development of a pretty potent coastal low as we get into the day tomorrow. On the northern edge, winter weather alerts are up. Winter storm warnings now are up from Kansas all the way to the eastern seaboard, and that includes all of us here in Hampton Roads. Yesterday, we were initiated under a winter storm watch. Those have all been upgraded, meaning the threat for significant wintry weather is now imminent across our entire area. Let's walk through it now on Futurecast. I'm showing you a slightly different model than what we've been visiting the last couple of days. This is also a high-range, high-resolution, or short-range, high-resolution model called the HRRR, High Resolution Rapid Refresh. And this, starting off at 6 a.m. in the morning tomorrow, does indicate likely some snow falling aloft. The air at the surface will be very dry, so a lot of that snow falling into that dry air mass, getting soaked up by the dry air and evaporating, something we call virga. It's going to take a little while, probably not too long, for the atmosphere to saturate and we see the snow breaking on out. Notice how it fills in on projected radar imagery here by the time we reach lunchtime tomorrow. So snowing pretty much everywhere by lunchtime. In fact, it'll pick up in intensity rather quickly from there on out, too. By 5 p.m., we're starting to see some banding developing, especially farther to the south and east, indicated by the deeper blue shadings here. Now, down to the south, really dependent on how strong the low-pressure system is off the coast, we may see some mid-level warm air build on in what we call a warm nose, and that could transition parts of northeastern North Carolina over to a period of sleet. What that will do is reduce those snow totals as it will compress the snowpack there. But at the surface, certainly cold enough to support all snow for the majority of the area. Going through the first half of the overnight Wednesday night, still snowing area-wide, lighter farther to the west, heavier closer to the coastline as you're closer to the center of that storm system. And then getting into Thursday, pre-dawn, we're starting to see the snow wind down from west to east. Still some heavy snow right along the immediate coastline. A little lull, and then the upper level piece of energy that'll be building in from the northwest pivots on through. And that'll be enough upper level energy to promote another burst of some moderate snow potentially, and providing some additional snowfall accumulations as we get to Thursday late morning in early afternoon. It's not really until early afternoon we begin to see the snow taper off area wide. And then as the storm deepens offshore, winds pick up out of the north and west. And with air temperatures in the 20s, we're going to have those wind chill values down into the teens in some spots. So that snow that does fall won't be going anywhere anytime soon. How much snow can you expect? We made some minor tweaks to our snowfall map from yesterday. We did kind of keep the same size of our 6 to 10 inch swath here. We did adjust it a little farther to the north now, including the peninsulas and the southern tip of the eastern shore. 6 to 10 inches, and there could be some locally higher amounts. Where we're closer to some of that heavy snow banding, I think in far southeastern Virginia, we'll see some areas get north of 10 inches. Now, this hashed area down to the south is the areas that could be susceptible to a little bit of some mid-level dry air, warm air, that would lead to some sleet mixing on and reducing snow totals if that happens. Most models are indicating that's a low probability, but as we've seen time and again, that tends to happen more often than not. So we'll account for it in this map. If it doesn't happen, expect some higher snow totals. Let's talk about those temperatures in the mid-levels where that warm nose may develop. You're going to be looking at a line here of where temperatures at 5,000 feet up climb above 32 degrees. And you can see it as we get into 7 p.m. tomorrow evening. That line does try to approach the state line, but it doesn't stay there long because as the storm develops and intensifies to the east, it'll actually start to pull down cold air even aloft. So that's going to shove that line back to the south. And even if we do see a period of some sleet, it'll likely transition back over to snow. Now let's talk totals from model depictions. We're going to go through 5 different models here. This is the HRRR. That's what I just showed you on Futurecast. This is its snowfall output, pushing 8 to 10 inches across a large portion of the area. Then you've got the graph, also a high-resolution, shorter-range model, indicating slightly higher totals. Notice highest as you get over towards the east into northeastern North Carolina and Virginia Beach. And then we've got the NAM showing a jackpot area of above a foot of snow across a large portion of Hampton Roads in northeast North Carolina. The Euro model still favoring heavier totals closer to the Albemarle Sound. And finally, we've got the latest run of the GFS, which is right in line again with our 6 to 10 inches across most of the area as we get into tomorrow and Thursday. And as I mentioned, as the storm pulls away, winds pick up. This is what it will feel like outside as we get into Thursday afternoon. So before the sun even goes down, it'll feel like it's in the mid-teens across the area with that fresh snowpack. So our confidence is now grown to high that we will see major impacts here across all of Hampton Roads, and that includes impacts on the area roadways. Worst times to be out on the road looks to be Wednesday afternoon and evening. And overnight, we'll have high snowfall rates. It'll likely overwhelm plow crews. They won't be able to clear the roads fast enough. Snow-covered and icy roads through the overnight. And then by Thursday morning, snow will still be falling. Winds pick up, so that introduces blowing snow. That'll reduce visibilities by Thursday morning. Tonight, no issues. Last-minute run to the grocery store or doing any errands you need to do. 28, it will be very cold. And then for tomorrow, winter storm warning goes into effect. Snow developing by late morning, only up to around 30. And again, late at night into Thursday morning, we'll see the winds pick up. Weather impact alerts Wednesday and Thursday. Sunny, dry, but cold Friday and Saturday. Average high this time of the year is mid-50s. We'll finally get there by the early parts of next week, and the snow will melt off by then.